Hello there. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to design a before and after photo in Canva for your service business. So my name is Albert and I'm a professional freelance designer, and I'm going to be using my experience as a professional designer to show you how to create professional looking designs for a before and after photo in Canva. So without wasting my time, let's get started. So I'm going to show you how I did these 3 designs. By the way, I'm going to include this as a template link for free download. So if you check the link in the description, all these templates that I designed is going to be available for free download if you want to check it out. But I'm just going to show you how it works and how you can do it on your own, so that you don't have to use my template if you don't want to. By the way, this is what I've designed here. Is fully customizable. You can change the color, you can change the typeface to your brand typeface, and you can also replace the image easily in Canva, and you don't need the paid version of Canva to do all this, to use these templates. All right, so this video is about how to create before and after photos in Canva. So the step 1 is to go to canva.com, and when you come to canva.com, you first of all need to know the size, because if you're going to post it on social media, how are you going to use it? So is it going to be used on Instagram and on IG? And mostly, if you want it to be square, that is a good size. If you want it to be portrait, that is also a good size. If you want it to be landscape, it all depends on, especially even the sizes of your images. If you shoot your photos in portrait mode, maybe choosing a landscape format will help, because that will allow you to place one image here and another image here. For this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do the square size, because that is it fits all, it can work with mostly all photos. So in Canva, you come to create a design and you go to custom size. So here, normally you want your size to be a little bit bigger so that it will have enough resolution. So what I would advise is 2000 pixels width by 2000 pixels height, and the unit of measurement to be set to pixels. You create a design. So the new dashboard has been created. What you need to do is to give it a name. So I'm going to name this before and after. So give it that name. So what you need to do next, just a moment. So what you need to do next is to find out the layout. So currently what I'm going to show you how to create is this particular design we have here. I'm going to show you how I made this. So you need your logo, you need your photos. So this is how I created this. So first and foremost, I went to the element panel and I selected a rectangle like this. You click on it, you select a rectangle, drag it. Now, if you are working for your business, you have your company logo and you have your colors. So you are not restricted to the colors that I choose here. You need to choose your brand colors, which is very important. So I brought a shape here, and for now I don't know what I'm going to do is for a dummy company, so I don't necessarily have a particular color in mind. So I'm just going to use the Canva to look for, let's say this, if this is my company logo. I'm just using this as an example. Let me undo this. Let's say if this is my company logo, and I expect you to bring your company logo in. So I'm just going to minimize this. Okay, and I want to group these elements. Let me go to layer, show layers, and make sure all these are selected, and I'll group them. Alright, so let me just minimize this and bring it in. And all of these things are subjective. Some of you might not even want your logo on your before and after designs, so that is also okay. So I'm just going to put this here as my logo, and because the reason why I'm putting this here is because the logo is going to influence the kind of colors that I choose for a design. So that is one of the secrets. Anytime you are working on a design for your company, you need to make sure you maintain the brand colors. This is very important. So I'm going to select this rectangle down here, click on it, and I'm going to choose the colors that are in this logo, so I'm going to click on these and select, I think this color. Let me ungroup it and see what color is this. So this color, I'm going to select this color. So this is the color I'm going to use here, and I'm going to select another color for the background color, but I want that to be a lighter shade of green. So what I'm doing here is that I'm just trying to create a little bit of I don't want the design to be like a plain white. So this is how this design works, like the one that I created here. This is how it works. So the background is not complete white because we're going to put a white shape behind this. So we need to make sure that there's enough separation between the photo and the background. So that is what I'm doing here. So you select a lighter shade, like very light shade of green, just to make sure that there's separation. Next, I'm going to select the element, click on the element and select a rounded rectangle. So this is a rounded rectangle, click on it and change the color to white. So now, because the reason why it is important to make sure that your designs looks like your background is different from the pure color white is because we want that separation. We want to create depth in our design. So this is what it is. So this shape, and I remember using a rounded corners of 50. So by coming to this side, clicking on it, you can set the rounded corners to 50. And also the next thing I did was I clicked on the frame. So in the elements panel, you select this frame, or you can just search for frame. So what I want is actually a rounded frame. So this is a rounded frame. So normally you have to scroll down here to select the frames and rounded frame. And with this, I have to just minimize it like this. Now we have to put a text on top here, so we need to be mindful of that. Now, one of the key elements of design, or the key principles of design, is consistency, and make sure that your design looks visually cohesive. So anytime you are doing a design, you have to make sure that, especially the space between here and here and here, make sure they are consistent. So try and don't misalign them. Don't make one, for example, don't make one side bigger than the other. Make sure the space between here and here, they are uniform. That's going to make your design look visually pleasing and more professional. Like, that's what I mean. So the next step is I'll bring my text. So I'm going to select, add a text, and I'm going to add a sub headline. Doesn't have to be a headline. Sub headline. I'm going to name this before. Now this is where your brand fonts comes in. Your brand like guideline. Make sure that you use your brand fonts. So Currently I'm going to use Montserrat, but you should know your brand font, or you should have a font that you like, and make sure that that is consistent anywhere you are using your brand, like you are designing for your brand. So I'm going to minimize the font, make it 60. So once this is done, what I'm going to be doing is, let me minimize this. So I'm going to select all these three. So just hold the shift key on your keyboard, and select all these three elements, and hold the Option or Alt key on your keyboard, and drag it to duplicate these two, to duplicate that. And now we can just rename this after. So this is before, this is after. And one of the things that I mentioned before is that make sure that your spacing looks consistent. I'm going to make sure that the spacing between here and here are consistent, and this will allow me to put an arrow in between this. So I think the space between here and here, they are the same. So I'm going to upload an arrow which I got from flaticons.com. You can also get an arrow from Canva, by the way. You don't need to come here. So I came to this website and I searched for arrow, and I look for a very line arrow, like it is not bold, that's what I mean. So alright, so this is what we are doing. You can also come to the element panel and just search for arrow over here. You don't need to move out of Canva, but I didn't like some of these arrows, so I went to the flaticons.com to look for a more better arrow that kind of fit the style of my design. So in the upload section, just have to upload the arrow, and the arrow I downloaded is in SVG, so make sure that you download in SVG. And I think on this website you need the premium version to be able to download the SVG. So just so you know that. But if you use my template in the description, like if you use it, all these files will be available to you, so you don't need to buy anything. So I'm just going to rotate this 180 degrees. Yes, 180 degrees, and minimize it by using the anchor handles, and just leave it here. So now what is left is for me to, by the way, I'm going to change this to the green color to see, maybe that works well. I actually don't like the color of this logo, the colors in this logo, but this is just a dummy project just to show you how to do this. So you can do whatever color you want, but that is just an example here. So now all that is left is I'm going to replace the photo, my before and after photo here. So to do that, you come to upload files, and I have a lot of before and after photos that I got from the internet, by the way. So for example, I'm going to upload this pool photo. So this is the before. You click on it, you click and drag, you hold the mouse key, you click and drag, you place it in, then the after, you click and drag and you place it in. And so that is the before and after. This is the company logo on top. You can, I think these ones, I added a text beneath it, so you can also add a text if you want. So whenever you're working in Canva, it is very helpful to group your elements. So click on this, hold the shift key and click on the other elements, all of these elements. So now I have selected all of them and right click and group. So bringing it up helps, and once that is done, I'll just select the type key, the type 2 over here, and add another text. So if you want to add a sub headline, you can do that by putting it here, or maybe if you want to add a description, whatever you want to add, you can add your description. Alright, so this video was just to show you how to use Canva to design a before and after photo. And I think the most important thing you need to know is on how to use the frames, and also one thing, how to use the rulers. So to activate these rulers here, you have to press Shift R in Canva. So once you create a new, say you create a new design, create, let's say custom size 2000 by 2000 pixels, you can use your ruler to make sure that it is centered. So once it reaches the center, it snaps. And you can use the frames, again the frames, don't forget the frames. So once you scroll down under the elements panel, you can use the frames to add one frame and duplicate that. How do you duplicate that? You hold the Alt key, you hold the Alt or Option key to duplicate that. So now you have one frame here, one frame here. You can add an element like a shape on top of this that will allow you to add your text down here like before. You know, change the color of this to a different color. Hold the Alt key, duplicate it again. So you can just, now that it's duplicated, you can just add the text before. So anytime this is not, by the way, this is not an intro to Canva video. If you are new to Canva, then probably this might not really help you, although Canva is easy to use, but there are lots of things that I'm not touching on, and I expect you to know. This is just for those of you who are looking to design a before and after design like this, so just to walk you through. So I'm holding the Alt key to duplicate it. After, then you can just replace your designs. So that is how to do this, and I knew this is it's not easy for those of you who are very new to Canva. You have your business and you want to do some marketing. That's why I did the hard work by doing all this for you. So once you get this template, which is free, link in the description, all that I'm asking for in return is that you like this video, maybe you comment, you say thank you in the description, and you subscribe, because I have a lot of videos coming up for business owners or small business owners who are trying to grow their business through marketing. So let me know if you have a special request in the description, and I'll be willing to help you. And just in case you can't do all this and you need help, my services are also available. I will leave a link to my profile page, which you can contact me directly and we can work together. So that is all for this video. I hope it was helpful for you and you've received a lot of value in it. So you can just check out the templates in the description, and that is going to help you get this done really faster. Bye for now. I'll see you in the next video.